Hello. Today is September the 1st, 1981. I was so stupid. This is all my fault. It must have been from when I did the magic. They must have traced me somehow, and I knew they were Death Eaters. I recognized the masks. I don't know who they were, but I swear I recognized Evan's voice. He took my mum and dad, and then they got me. Thankfully, Craig was out for a gig. I knew being friends with Clara was a risk, but I never thought anything like this would happen. How could I have thought like that? I should have listened to Clara more. They took us to a house, and my mum and dad, they were yelling, "Muggle scum! Muggle scum!" and they were stunning them and waking them back up again, and then lifting them off the ground and dropping them again and again. And Cruciatus, the torture curse. I was screaming and screaming. I completely forgot about magic. I was just trying to get to them, but a woman, a Death Eater, she was holding me back, and at one point she fired a curse that made my face bleed, and I started making so much fuss that she turned on me, and I tried to yell Expelliarmus, but she was too quick, and she said Cruciatus, and everything went black, and everything was my insides, my bones. It felt like they were on fire. I was screaming, but it sounded so distant because the pain. It eventually stopped, and it must have only been for seconds, but it felt like so long. And my parents, they were shouting and trying to get to me. They were so brave. And a Death Eater, he tried to shoot a spell at me, but my hands, they got hot, and my wand shot out fire. It must have been from my emotions. I don't really remember much, but the Death Eaters' cloaks, they were on fire, so I took my opportunity. I yelled "Obliviate!" One by one. I tried to erase their memories. I don't know if it even worked. I've never tried that spell before. And I ran to my parents, but before I could get to them, a spell was hit on the back of my head, and I started to go dizzy, and I couldn't see anything, but I just grabbed them, and I tried with all of my might to apparate back, and I was so scared I was going to explain to someone. But thankfully I didn't. It was such a mess. I couldn't see anything. I was so dizzy, but I just wanted to know if my mum and dad were okay, and they were insisting that they were fine, and that I was the one that needed to go to A&E. Apparently my hair was on fire and my face was bleeding a lot. But I refused to go. And then they took me upstairs and made sure I was okay and that I didn't have concussion, and even though it was all my fault, and I tried to tell them, I tried to explain why it had happened, and they were just saying it was okay. Thankfully they weren't injured and they were just a little bit bruised, but they were shaken, and I know they were just trying to put a brave face on for me. I've been so quiet these past few days. I feel so guilty. They're the nicest people you could ever meet. And there's people out there that want to kill them. They don't even know them. Why would they want to do that to them? Why would they enjoy hurting someone? They've never done anything wrong. The Death Eaters, they're sick and twisted and evil, and I hate them. I'm sick of having to read out friends' relatives dying. I'm sick of worrying about what's going to happen. I'm sick of practically having to hide because of who I am. I want to talk to Clara. I want to talk to Clara. But I can't. I can't even talk to her because it's too much of a risk. I don't have anyone who I can truly talk to except a stupid camera. And what are you going to tell me? Nothing! No! Well, it seemed like my protection spell worked. I didn't catch the Hogwarts Express. I can't go. They say that Hogwarts is the safest place for me to be, but for me, but for my family, what if my memory spell didn't work, or the protection spell wears off and I'm not here? I don't even want to think what would happen. I want to go so bad. But I can't. They'll be pulling into Hogsmeade Station soon. I haven't heard from Clara. I hope she's at Hogwarts for her sake. I want all of this to end. I want you-know-who to be gone. Happy Halloween. I just received a letter from one of my sources and I can't believe what I just read. But I know this source is reliable.